Hello, Wildside Wrestling fans. It's the real Bobby Munson here with Papa Smokes, and we're here for Wildside Wrestling Episode 2. How are you doing today, Papa Smokes?
Really good, Munson. Really good. Excited for some HIW Wildside action. Let's get to these matches.
We are certainly going to do that. Before we do that, just want to thank everybody for tuning in to Episode 1. Fantastic, great start to Wildside TV. And we're going to have another fantastic night as we head on our way to Battle Arts. A big important night here for all of us here at HIW. What are your thoughts leading into Battle Arts?
Battle Arts is going to be a massive show. It's going to be the flagship show for HIW Wildside. We got the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes appearing, and this is going to be hot.
Let's head on down to ringside with J.G. Muller, your ring announcer.
It's good to be back, Saskatoon! My name is J.G. Muller, and welcome to HIW Unbreakable! A shout out to our sponsors here tonight, Glitch Gifts right here in Saskatoon, Speckle Bailey's Brew Pub, which is where you're going to find us for the after party here tonight, and Bartari Video Games Bar and Restaurant, where you can watch all of the WWE pay-per-views live right here in Saskatoon. Now, I would like to welcome my guest at this time. He is the CEO of HIW Canada. Please welcome Gabriel Jackson.
So as you heard, we are about to be joined by HIW CEO Gabriel Jackson. What do you think Gabriel's got in store for the fans of HIW here tonight, Papa?
He'll have an announcement of some kind. I don't know if I trust this guy.
What's not to trust? This is the man. This is the leader of the crew right here. This is the guy who calls the shots. We should be looking up to guys like this.
I don't look up to him. I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he talks.
What's up, man? Good to see you. Missed you last night. For those of you that were here last month, you saw me give the Dice Steel an ultimatum. Either he stays on as a competitor and gives up his position as the general manager of HIW Wildside, or he stays on as general manager. My sole purpose here tonight is to find out what his decision is. So Dice Steel, if you don't mind, please get your ass out here.
So it sounds like it's decision time. General Manager Dice Steel being called down to the ring to make a decision. Is he going to remain a competitor, or is he going to continue on as the GM of Wildside Wrestling? What are your thoughts on that one, Papa?
Very interested to hear Dice's response to this. HIW Wildside, we're used to Dice Steel as a competitor, as a strong wrestler in the ring. Now we know him as a CEO too, and we'll see which role he's going to choose.
And here he is, Mr. Dice Steel, General Manager of Wildside Wrestling, and the man who brings us Wildside TV as well, being accompanied by to the ring with Gnarly Quinn this evening.
Somewhat pretend to be a gentleman, but what's this here? Your new muscle? She's got more balls than you or anybody else here, John has got. around with her would be. The Dark Carnival tends to frown on clown violence. So I'm just here to get your decision. Do you stay on as general manager, or do I find your replacement? You think I'm going to wrestle in the suit? Dummy? At least I look the part. You know what I said? This is first shot. From HIW Canada, a gentleman who's known on the mic and in the ring. And that gentleman sitting right here, Charles the Champ. Wait, hold on. You just recruited Charles the Rep, or the Champ, or whatever the hell his name is. Do you actually realize you just did me a favor by taking them off my hands? So I do you a favor every single month by keeping your pockets flush with cash. There's all these people came to Saskatoon to see a real show, to see real wrestlers, and to be entertained. And on May 19th, where the noise?
Here we are being interrupted. Michael Richard Blaze making his way down to the ring. What do you think Blaze has in mind interrupting GM Dice Steel like this?
It's got to be something significant. Michael Blaze has got something to say. He's going to come out to the ring and say it.
back there can stop us. to help rescue it. And what do? Right? You lose to Cat Von East, not once, but twice. In fact, without being beaten, I don't think you won a singles match. You guys are going to tag my attention in what, 2 minutes and you want a title shot? Well, here in Saskatoon, we earn those shots. So you want a shot? I tell you what. Tonight, we're going to have Michael Richard Blaze versus the man from Vice City, Fil Deadly, in a one-on-one singles match. If you win, the Western Lions will get a crack at the new high-impact tag team championships at Spring Meltdown.
There you have it, General Manager Dice Steel making the match for tonight. Michael Richard Blaze to take on Fil Deadly, and if Michael Richard Blaze is to win, him and the Western Lions will go on to Battle Arts to get a tag title match.
Back to Battle Arts for main event match. A match. A match that's been building.
I'm a regret when the sun sets, 'cause I live my life like I'm a beast.
As if one interruption is not quite enough, the invincible Brett Evans now making his way down to ringside. What is up with the interruptions here this evening?
Everybody's looking towards Battle Arts. Everybody's got a plan. Everybody wants something. Everybody's going to speak their piece here in the ring tonight.
But it seems each and every week the Brett Evans has always got something on his mind and always wanting something. Is it about time that he gets it? Do you feel that he deserves it at this point, or has he had enough opportunities?
Brett Evans deserves anything he gets in that ring. He's been a tough competitor for a long time.
They were just...
In 5 seconds, I'm the most over guy in this building already tonight, guys. And that's the way it is every time I come out. Because when I walk through that curtain, this stops being a Wildside show and becomes the Brett Evans show. It doesn't matter what goes on last Dice, I'm the main event every single time. So if you're looking for that marquee match for Battle Arts, look no further, because here I am.
Last time I checked, Brett Evans, you didn't beat Bobby Sharp. You're no longer in the title hunt, right? You lost. You won your shot, you got it, you lost, you couldn't do it, right? So you go backstage, you pound down 50 pounds of muffin, you get a talk, and you get over this crowd. I'm not done with you yet. You go away in the corner till I'm ready to deal with you. Or Gnarly is going to show you the bad side of her bat.
We just started the show, your first show back as full-time general manager, and you've already been interrupted twice. How in the hell did you get this job to begin with?
You know what? I'm getting sick and tired of you coming out here running around. Like you're doing it even better than in China. Right? Last time you guys did that. Right? Like you're doing something great, Sean. Let's talk about Spring Meltdown for a second. Alright? Michael Richard Park versus Cody Rhodes at Battle Arts. At Meltdown, you got him facing King Cash. Right? You're bringing in former WWE superstar, Ryback, Mr. B.B. Moore, against Mike McSugar. Don't get me wrong. Mike McSugar is a man who's paid his dues. He has done a lot of things in this business. But we in Saskatoon have a guy But no, you got to go and play your card and book McSugar to protect Ryback, to protect your little business. Oh, shut up! Shut up! I'm done! You think you're so for your CEO? I talked to the board of directors. They're not impressed with you either. So this is what we're going to do. At Spring Meltdown, I'm going to choose my personal best to take on your personal best, and the winner of that match will become the new CEO of High Impact Wrestling. And Brett Evans, that's you.
So let me get this straight. Hey, how about you suits quit talking and you listen to me? You want me to come out here so you can insult me, critique my physique? You're looking pretty good too there, Dennis. Former tag team champion recently, where'd that belt go? So you want to come out here, insult me, call me out because Bobby Sharp and Cat Von Hees and their domestic abusive relationship interferes in my ish all the time. And then you want to call me your guy? You want to call me your Battle Arts Cage champion? If you want to call me out on needing help in that match, you know what, Dice? You're the one booking the show. You're the one booking time for yourself to talk to that guy in his leather jacket with your matching sunglasses. No one can see your eyes. No one can trust you. I don't trust you, but I'll accept your position as Meltdown. I will be whoever this guy chooses. I will not stumble on my road to Battle Arts and the main event. Speaking of that main event, when I win you your new CEO-ship, you owe me a provincial title shot against Cat Von Hees at Battle Arts. If you can promise me that, maybe I am.
I promise you not. You want to do it because it's in your contract. If you don't do it, there's the door. You'll be fired. I'll tell you what. I'll see you halfway. I'll owe you one, but not at Battle Arts. You had that chance last month and you lost. So as far as I'm concerned, you got to...
What a bombshell of an announcement being made here. Spring Meltdown, which is Friday, April the 27th. GM Dice Steel has picked Brett Evans as his competitor to represent Wildside. If Brett Evans is to pick up a win against HIW Canada's Best Choice, then Dice Steel could become the new CEO of HIW Canada.
This is exciting news, Munson, let me tell you. Dice Steel doesn't get enough respect around here. I think he was the main guy who worked and set up stuff and put HIW Wildside Wrestling on the map in Saskatoon. He deserves more respect.
It could change things completely as we head into Battle Arts. Again, that is Friday, April the 27th in Regina. Spring Meltdown, and the consequences of this match might play a factor on the big show in May come Battle Arts time. But we're going to get on with our first match of the evening. Let's get down to ringside to see who we have in this first bout. And it looks like Merle Graves making his way to the ring. This is someone we haven't seen in an HIW Wildside ring recently. What do you know about Merle Graves there, Papa?
Not a lot. Merle's a man of mystery.
I have to say, Papa, a little bit surprised that you didn't dig down a little bit deeper. You're usually a man of such vast knowledge of our competitors inside the squared circle. So it surprised me that you don't know a little bit more about the man of mystery inside there, Merle Graves. But from what I know, I have seen some of his matches in the past. This man is a hard hitter. He's going to come in strong against his competitor here this evening. So now we'll just have to find out what Merle Graves has in store when he goes inside the squared circle here on HIW Wildside TV. Sounds to me like the life of the party has just arrived. Mike McSugar, dressed in many colors of the rainbow. Here comes one of the most fun, exciting individuals that we have here on the Wildside brand.
He's colorful, he's bizarre. Mike McSugar does things his own way. I can't even imagine what's going to happen in this match.
And the fans are loving it, and they're going to love it because Mike McSugar, a very experienced individual inside that ring. He might get the party going, but he's also knows how to get the fight going as well, too.
A lot of truth to that, Munson. He's an experienced competitor. He's got many different ways he can beat you. Never underestimate Mike McSugar.
And is this a warm-up match for him? Because anyone who's paying attention, Spring Meltdown, Mike McSugar, a big opportunity for him as he takes on the big guy, Ryback, former WWE superstar.
And that's going to be an interesting match. I mean, what a face down that's going to be. Mike McSugar versus Ryback. It's a size difference, a strength difference. It's going to be really interesting.
But it's also a psychological difference. How does Ryback prepare for somebody the likes of Mike McSugar? Has he been able to spend time studying any past tapes? Is there past tapes available for Ryback to check out of Mike McSugar's work?
You know, I'm not even sure if Ryback studies tape or not. His style is to straightforward all the time, crush, crush, crush. Mike McSugar, I think he's faced opponents like that before. He'll have a strategy. It should be interesting.
Can't wait to see that one. Again, that is Friday, April the 27th in Regina. Spring Meltdown. Mike McSugar taking on the big guy Ryback. So if you have an opportunity to head on down to the party bus, Speckle Bellies heading on down to Regina, you can get your tickets and head on down with them to go and check out that match and the many great matches that HIW Canada are going to put on. Now, these two about to lock up. What does Merle have to do to try to overcome someone the likes of Mike McSugar? This kind of style and experience that Mike McSugar brings to the ring here.
To me, it seems that Merle will have to work off his frustration from past matches. He doesn't get a lot of wins. He doesn't get a lot of respect in this league. I think Merle's going to have to show a mean side to it. I think he's going to have to dig down and dirty and show McSugar that he means business.
And there we go with a little bit of the psychological game. Mike McSugar getting inside the head of Merle Graves here right off the hop. And again, what happens if, say, Merle Graves was to pick up a win against Mike McSugar, especially this close to Spring Meltdown? Now, does that give Merle Graves a bit of a status at some point for him to start demanding maybe a bigger spot on a card like the Spring Meltdown or even on Battle Arts for that matter?
Yeah, it's a good question. Merle needs to get some wins behind him to demand any kind of matches like that. This would be a huge stepping stone towards that.
And you see Merle coming right out of the gates with a big knee to the stomach of Mike McSugar and the bounce off the ropes, but a reversal from Mike McSugar and a drop toe hold takes Merle Graves down to the ground.
Oh boy, typical McSugar. He's gonna humiliate you. He's gonna embarrass you if he can.
But he's also going to get inside your head. And if he gets inside the head of Merle Graves, that frustration might be enough to put Graves off this match and allow Mike McSugar to pick up the win. But Mike McSugar definitely needs to focus here as Merle puts him in the headlock. And as you get inside these headlocks, it wears a person's energy down. The more that Merle Graves continues to wear Mike McSugar down, it's going to be harder for Mike McSugar to overcome this, and that's when Merle can use that game to pick up the advantage and take the win. I think Mike McSugar looking for a little bit of a kiss there from Merle Graves. I think he wants a little smack on the lips from the big man.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to take it and not be offered it. There's that frustration from Graves again. He's going to back McSugar into the corner, lay the boots to him a little bit.
Merle definitely a very hard-hitting style, a style that you don't see as often nowadays in professional wrestling, and it's good to see that as well too. I love a hard-hitting style. While I don't always agree with the tactics of Merle Graves, I can appreciate a hard-hitting style that he brings to an HIW Wildside ring.
There's nothing wrong with Merle Graves' tactics. It comes from the frustration, and it comes for a desire to win, too. You don't think he wants to be on Battle Arts and Spring Meltdown? He's got to earn a spot, just like anybody else.
And you see, once again, marrying down Mike McSugar, but Mike McSugar is fighting back. Big man heading to the middle rope here. This could be dangerous for McSugar. The headbutt. Oh my goodness, that's going to take a lot out of a person right there. Mike McSugar now reeling in pain as Merle Graves goes for the pin. And only a 2 count. Mike McSugar managing to kick out once again.
This is a good strategy by Graves, I think. Patience. Work a strategy towards McSugar. Give him a little ground and pound, give him some forearms, give him some kicks. It all wears him down.
It seems that at the moment that McSugar is playing into the game of Merle Graves as well, too. Mike McSugar trying to exchange blows, and you can see Merle Graves, a little bit more of the hard-hitting style than what McSugar has got a little bit of a slight advantage. Mike McSugar needs to use his head, use that psychology and that in-ring experience, as you see there with the Hurricanrana taking Merle Graves right down to the middle turnbuckle. And a clothesline takes the big man down. And a little sparkle and sunshine coming up from Mike McSugar. He's laying into Merle Graves now. What does Merle have to do to bounce back? Or will he bounce back at this point?
His head's bouncing off the mat right now.
And only a 2 count, but a close call. Mike McSugar almost picking up the win. Merle Graves having to dig down deep to get himself out of that one.
You'll see McSugar play to the crowd here a lot too. McSugar cares a lot about what the fans think of him. He gets, in my opinion, he gets distracted during matches. He likes to play like this. I think he better be careful with Merle.
Yeah, it sometimes can be a distraction, but at the same time, it can also give you a bit of that hometown feel, that home field feel at the same time as well. So it gives you that bit of a momentum from the crowd. As you see, McSugar rolling him up, and it is all said but done. There's the man that is going to go on to Spring Meltdown to take on Ryback. A win here helps with the momentum heading into the big match there. Once again, Merle Graves unable to pick up that win as McSugar going in for the kiss. Now what's going to happen on April 27th if Mike McSugar tries that on the big guy Ryback?
I don't like his chances of getting away with that one.
Oh, and a little kiss from the cameraman as well there too. Mike McSugar is all about the passion for everybody involved here tonight. You know what? The fans love him, and he's got the crowd pumping already. We've got an exciting night of Wildside television started. What better way to start off with a big win from Mike McSugar? As you know, we've got the big main event coming up, though, folks. It is going to be Fil Deadly against Michael Richard Blaze. And again, if Michael Richard Blaze manages to pick up the win in that matchup one-on-one, then the Western Lions will go on to Battle Arts to take on the tag champions Death by Chocolate. How big would that match be in terms of the Battle Arts perspective?
Absolutely massive, absolutely massive. If Blaze manages to beat Deadly tonight, that will set up the tag team title match for Battle Arts. That'll be absolutely huge with the belts on the line.
Michael Richard Blaze, very experienced individual inside that ring, but so is Fil Deadly. So we are going to see a great competitive match. And I know Fil Deadly not going to be opposed to wanting to defend the tag team titles. I'm sure Death by Chocolate never opposed to going and defending those tag team titles. But at the same time, he's not going to want to lay down to Michael Richard Blaze. He's going to want to pick up the big win against him here tonight.
Absolutely. And that team of Blaze and BVD is a big chunk to chew off for this young team of Kid Chocolate and Fil Deadly. They better be careful with that one.
BVD usually there to watch the back of Michael Richard Blaze, but BVD not in the arena here this evening. So Michael Richard Blaze will be flying solo. As you see, Fil Deadly, though, accompanied by manager Vernon, who many say was instrumental in the helping Death by Chocolate pick up the tag title win when they did.
Here we have God's gift to wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze. This guy's a superstar in the wrestling business. He's been in matches all over Canada, Western Canada, all over the US. This guy is a superstar in the making.
We've trained right here in Canada, and he was trained by none other than Tyson Kidd himself. So great experience that a person would gain there. But he's going up against a man who I feel is at the top of his game right now. I mean, Fil Deadly is having a fantastic run here in 2018, and I can imagine things are only going to pick up for this man here as well. As we move forward into 2018, Blaze cannot let his ego get the best of him in this match, and you know that if anyone's got a big ego around Wildside Wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze has got the biggest one of all.
You got that right, Munson. He'll tell you how great he is.
Michael Richard Blaze with his egotistical best inside that ring, showing off that wonderful soccer mom-like hair that he sports every single time he steps into a Wildside ring.
You better not let him hear you say that, but I've heard the crowd say some pretty vile things about Michael Richard Blaze. He's a professional, it rolls off his back.
I could try to hold my tongue, but I don't feel that I need to. I'm sitting here in a booth, and Michael Richard Blaze is a far way away from me at any time right now. We're about to get underway. This is a huge main event here tonight, folks. Michael Richard Blaze, Fil Deadly about to lock up one-on-one. Battle Arts on the line. Saturday, May the 19th. In Saskatoon. Make sure to get your tickets. Remember that night is also going to feature the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes taking on our very own Michael Allen Richard Clark. And it's also going to have a 6-pack challenge, a contract on a pole challenge that night as well. So now we are going to unveil hopefully another match if we see a win here tonight. If not, who else could possibly be challenging for the tag titles? We'll have to wait and see. A lot of teams out there, I'm sure a lot of combinations out there that would love an opportunity to step in the ring with Death by Chocolate. But I'm sure the fans would definitely love to see the Western Lions and Death by Chocolate locking up at Battle Arts in Saskatoon. And a wrist lock here from Fil Deadly. And the athleticism for Michael Richard Blaze to get out of that one. As he reverses things, and oh, and a slap right to Fil Deadly's face. That'll take the taste right out of you.
Now let me ask you something, Munson. Have you seen the new tag team title belts that HIW Wildside has recently procured?
I did. I was there. I witnessed that. I witnessed the whole reveal of them and the trashing of the old titles. What are your opinions on them? I personally like the new titles. I think they're fantastic. What a slick-looking new title belt.
Absolutely. They're beautiful. They look prestigious. They look awesome. And you got to think that Michael Richard Blaze and BVD would love to see those around their waists.
Oh, of course they would. And those are going to be very prestigious titles. They're going to get well known. And with the help of all you fans tuning in to Wildside TV, all the title belts in HIW are going to become the most talked about titles in Western Canada, and hopefully in North America as well, too. So you're going to help us get there. We want to get there with you. Thank you for tuning in to Wildside TV as always. As we continue with our main event here, Michael Richard Blaze with a headlock on Fil Deadly. Wearing down Fil Deadly. Trying to get inside his head as well, too, to try to make sure that he gets him off of his game. But Phil ain't going down that easy as he fights back a slap to Michael Richard Blaze. Oh, what a maneuver from Fil Deadly, the roll-up. It's not quite enough. Not quite enough to end this one here. We're going to the outside. Vernon there to pick up his protege, Fil Deadly. Michael Richard Blaze looking on. He's heading to the outside. He's not going to allow him to sit out for there for too long. Vernon coming right in between the two of them, stopping Michael Richard Blaze from going after the attack.
Yeah, come on, referee. What the heck is this? The manager gets to stand in the middle here? Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, well, the manager's there. He hasn't laid a hand on Michael Richard Blaze, but Michael Richard Blaze just put his hands on to Vernon. Twice now, in fact.
Fair enough.
And he's going after Michael Richard Blaze. We have a chase on the outside going on.
Yeah, as long as Vernon stays out of the action, he can stand at ringside, but this kind of stuff jumping up on the apron, the referee needs to get a handle on this.
It looks like Blaze using it to his advantage, though, while the referee distracted by Vernon, he takes Fil Deadly, takes him into the corner. Again, the pain that puts onto your shoulder as Blaze now attacking the shoulder. Again, that's going to make it hard for Fil Deadly to use his arms in the match. You know, taking away any sort of attack using your arms, like body slams, suplexes, anything of that kind of sort.
Absolutely. And you know this match benefits Blaze because he gets a chance to psychologically check out Fil Deadly. He gets a chance to scout him out in the ring, and he gets a chance to maybe soften him up a little bit in case they meet in a tag match in the future. You
make a very strong point there. If Michael Richard Blaze is to pick up the win and that tag match is set for Battle Arts, then you know that he's going to want to soften up Fil Deadly in the lead up to that so that him and BVD will have that advantage as they hit into the match.
And wouldn't it be too bad if Fil Deadly's shoulder ended up injured in this match, or his bicep, or his chest? That would significantly affect the future situation of the tag teams.
But just like the name of my show, Ring Respect Radio, I have much respect for what goes on in that ring, and I want to see competitors at their best. I want to see both men at 100% come Battle Art so that we get the 5-star match that we deserve as fans of wrestling.
Well, you may not get what you want here, Munson, because Blaze is concentrating on that shoulder. He's got a nice side arm bar on there. He's putting the pressure on the elbow and the shoulder.
Phil doing his best to fight back, but you're definitely right there. He's done a lot of damage to the arm of Fil Deadly here in this match. Taking that away from him here tonight, and in his hopes, taken away from him down the road as well, too.
There we go, back to that arm.
And very methodical is Michael Richard Blaze. He's not one to quickly get in there. He likes to take his time with his opponents, almost making them suffer in a bit of a way, kind of thing, waiting on, and anticipating on his next maneuver.
And he likes it.
Sometimes wonder if the reaction that he gets from the fans here at Wildside Wrestling, even though it's negative in aspect towards him, is it enough to fuel Michael Richard Blaze to get him going? As where we've said the opposite, earlier in the night about it, being your advantage to have the crowd on your side. Does a guy like Michael Richard Blaze take that fuel from the fans, their hatred, and use that to take down his opponents like he does in each match?
I think you're right about that. I think he feeds off of the hate of the fans. I think he feeds off of the noise of the fans. I can barely hear myself think when these fans get going here in Saskatoon at HIW Wildside, and I think Blaze feeds off of that.
Well, we love a ruckus crowd to work with, and there's no more louder crowds in professional wrestling, especially in Western Canada, than a Wildside Wrestling crowd. We have some of the best fans here in all of professional wrestling. And what do we got going on here? And into the middle turnbuckle goes Michael Richard Blaze. Fil Deadly now an opportunity to recover from what's been done to him and maybe a chance to get his head back into this match.
Yeah, he better get that shoulder back into this match too, or he's going to be operating without one arm.
A big boot to the face from Fil Deadly. And that is a big boot indeed. The big man taking Blaze down with a clothesline. And another one. Misses with the third, but he gets out of that one. And a DDT takes Michael Richard Blaze down. Is that going to be enough? Is this Fil Deadly's comeback? Is he going to get back into this match and pick up a much-needed victory over Michael Richard Blaze?
Well, Phil's trying to channel some of that crowd energy here, too. Let's see what he does. Kick to the midsection.
Oh, that was quite a maneuver right there. Is it enough, though? 1, 2, and no, Michael Richard Blaze managing to kick out of that one. Roll up, and the feet are on the ropes. The ref needs to notice this. Michael Richard Blaze using the kind of tactics we're used to from him to try to pick up the cheap win here tonight.
I didn't see anything, Munson. That was a nice roll-up. I think he probably should have got the 3 count, but the referee had his eye on the ropes.
Oh, the referee better be spotting this one because Fil Deadly taking Michael Richard Blaze down, and the roll-up now. And a kick-out still. Michael Richard Blaze managing to find something deep within him to fight back here tonight.
Blaze is motivated. You know he's got that tag team title match in the back of his mind for himself and Bryan Van Danielson. He's not going to go down easy.
DVD probably watching on from home, watching on Wildside TV, checking to see if his partner here gets them the opportunity to head to Battle Arts for that tag team title shot. Blaze with the roll-up. Phil not having it here.
There's those deadly feet of Michael Richard Blaze. He's got those kicks. He kicks you from all areas, all angles, all directions.
Looks like Blaze back again on the arm of Fil Deadly. Knowing that that arm's been weakened, he is like a lion again, you know, using that term of a lion. Western Lion on top of Fil Deadly, attacking his prey.
Yeah, if he leans back and pulls that arm a bit harder, we got a possible submission move here. Deadly's got to get out of this.
Got to make it to that rope. And he's got her. Michael Richard Blaze going to have to break this hold. Really milking it to the count of 5 there on that one, though.
Hey, he's got a 5 count. He's going to use it.
As you can see, Fil Deadly unable to use that arm to support himself back up, using the ropes with his one good arm that he's got left. And Blaze right back on the attack on that arm. Methodical from Michael Richard Blaze.
Yeah, he's like a shark that smells blood at this point. He's got an injury. He's going to attack it. He's going to put all his concentration into that shoulder.
And you can hear those knife-edge chops from Fil Deadly echoing off the chest of Michael Richard Blaze.
Wow, he's laying it to him.
And a super kick from Michael Richard Blaze takes Deadly down. You can see Vernon helping Fil Deadly up to his feet there. Oh, Michael Richard Blaze comes flying out. What a maneuver.
Taking down both big men. Now that's really impressive. I don't like this manager at ringside. I don't like the help he's providing to Fil Deadly. I think Blaze is perfectly within his rights to attack.
It seems like Vernon might be down and out. His knee, very favoring the knee after that maneuver from Michael Richard Blaze.
He'll be favoring his chin after that kick. Whoa. Deadly with the presence of mind to avoid that attack.
That should be it. That has got to be it for this one. Michael Richard Blaze down. Fil Deadly with the pin. And no! I can't. I'm beside myself here.
That's a 2 count, Munson. It's not over yet.
Oh my goodness, there's that devastating brainbuster. And the 3 count, it is over.
That's it. Blaze looking very impressive in this singles match. And you know what he's just done? He's just earned himself and BVD a tag team title match at Battle Arts.
And also picking up the win gives them a bit of that edge going into Battle Arts as well too. Kid Chocolate, Fil Deadly are going to have a hell of a time when they step in the ring with the Western Lions at Battle Arts here in Saskatoon.
They'll be thinking about this match, thinking, wow, Blaze has got a pinfall on Fil Deadly. We better guard these titles with our lives.
So there you have it, folks. Another edition of Wildside Television. We appreciate you tuning in. You see Kid Chocolate there coming to the aid of Fil Deadly. So Death by Chocolate, the tag team champions, we now know will be defending their tag titles against the Western Lions, BVD, Michael Richard Blaze at Battle Arts on Saturday, May the 19th here in Saskatoon. Want to thank our wonderful sponsors once again. And also, I want to thank you, Papa Smokes, for a wonderful time here on the commentary. And everyone for tuning in as well. Anything last to say to the fans of Wildside Wrestling?
Yeah, I do have something to say to the fans. The pleasure has been all yours.
There you have it, a man of great words. My broadcast colleague, Papa Smokes. And until the next episode of Wildside TV, we're out of here. Take care.